Hi friends, I wanted to come on live and talk about something I've been kind of touching on in my stories and my posts and my reels of the last week, and that's about making changes, being able to commit to making changes in your life. I love fresh starts. Maybe it's because I'm a Libra and I'm really good about starting things and not super good about finishing them. Hello, dozens of projects I've started over the years and are just sitting in a state somewhere. I love beginnings of things. The new year and my birthday in particular are times when I usually take stock of everything in my life and think about how my systems are and is there anything that I want to change. And leading up to, let's say, New Year's, it's something everybody can relate to, making New Year's resolutions and thinking about all of these things that I wanted to change about my life, physically, my health, my work situation, my money, my spirituality, my self-care, all of these areas across my life that I wanted to make changes in. I would make these huge, grandiose lists, and I would talk about what I didn't like and what I would want things to look like, and I would try to jot out ways of, hi Lise, I would jot out ways of accomplishing those goals, and maybe some benchmarks and things like that. I would lay out all of this stuff in advance of the new year. And so I would be so excited to start as soon as it was January 1st. And then January 1st would come and I'd usually be recovering from whatever shenanigans I was doing the night before most of the day. And then my family has a tradition of doing a special dinner on New Year's night. So the day was kind of a wash. Coming into the second day of January, I would usually have to go back to work. And so I would have to wake up an hour early that I didn't train for in advance. So I'd feel super groggy, or maybe I'd hit the snooze button. A lot of the time I'd be like, I'll just start tomorrow. Maybe this week I'll just get used to the alarm going off an hour early. And then it would be the next week. Okay, now I'm getting up, but I'm still super groggy. It takes me an hour to get ready for work. I have an hour commute. Then I have 9 hours to 12 hours at the office, an hour-long commute home. And by the time I would get home, I would look at my list and I would say, you know what? I worked hard today. I'm going to treat myself to an hour of television, and then I'll start on my list. And then I'll start making change. 1 hour turns into 2 hours because I don't feel quite refreshed yet. And then after 2 hours, it's really bedtime because then the whole cycle begins again. And I was constantly, every single year, I would have these grandiose plans. I would make these huge lists. I still have all of these lists. These huge lists and all of these milestones, and nothing would ever happen. I would try to brute force my way into change, and I would then, after usually a week or two, I would just start to feel a lot of shame. I would bury my list. I would hide my journals. I have so many journals that I've started and not finished because I felt so guilty that I wasn't able to overcome whatever inertia I was feeling to make these changes that I believed I wanted to make. And for years and years, I felt like there was something wrong with me. And I just sort of sat with that for a while and nothing changed. I would try to make a change every single year, and every single year I would fail before the first month was out. So I know this is something a lot of people resonate with, and I noticed that there were two themes happening in my life. One is that I was just tired. I was tired at the end of my day. I hadn't made space to invite new things into my sphere. And so I was trying to pile onto a day that was already overstacked with responsibilities, with things that I had said yes to, things that I didn't have good boundaries around. So yeah, how are you expected to make change when you're already super exhausted? by the end of the day, or you don't have space in the morning. The other thing I noticed is that I had habits that I would use that were really leaks in my energy. I have a lot of things that are on TV. I was raised by the television and the computer. So I have a lot of, I'm going to wake up. This is something I'm super guilty of. Where it's on my desk, my Switch. I have this cute little game that I love to play first thing in the morning. It's super chill. I'm a morning, I wake up really early, but I am not a morning person. It takes me 2 to 3 hours really for it to fully wake up. And so I like to play something low stress. The first thing I do when I get out of bed is I turn on a video game, and then 3 hours later, that's 3 hours gone. So I had these habits where I was doing something that wasn't super nourishing for me, and it would just sink my time and it would sink my energy. Or I would play other games or watch TV shows, and afterwards I wouldn't feel super great. And then again, I would get caught in this cycle of shame and feeling guilty about what I was doing and feeling like I couldn't make the shift into a life that I really desired. So I did eventually find a better way after a lot of trial and error and crazy life hacks to try to gain an hour. I did this thing where I was doing biphasal sleeping. Have you ever heard of that? I feel like it had this height between 2010 and 2014 when the second tech boom was big. There was this thing where people would, or multiphasal sleeping, I would do 4 20-minute naps during the day. I wouldn't sleep a solid hour, or I would come home from work and I would sleep for 2 hours, and then I would sleep for 4 hours later. So I break up in order to gain more time. It's so toxic, right? I can't believe, but when we don't know, we don't know. I did the best with what I had at the time. You do the best with what you have at the time. There's no shame around that. And I felt like I was trying to just push more and push more. I needed to push more and push more. And at the end of the day, I was just too tired. And nothing ever stuck. And I was caught in a cycle of shame for years and years and years. But there is such a better way. There are better ways to accomplish the things that you desire to accomplish in your life. And I am really excited. I am teaching a free workshop on March 15th at 5 p.m. Pacific. I think we're going to be daylight time because I think the shift is this Sunday in the United States. On why changes aren't sticking. And I'm going to give you some tools for free on how to make changes actually stick in your life. I so hope you'll join me. The link is in my bio. I will plaster it all over my socials over the next couple of days. Again, it's free. And at the end, I'm going to offer a group program to help support anyone who's desiring to make change and needs more community support. So that is also coming. I also want to put in a little blurb that I will be doing something for the spring equinox, another free workshop. So you get 2 free workshops this month from me. I'm very excited. I love these events. They are so much fun. So again, free workshop, link in my bio, why changes don't stick and what you can do about fixing that. And I can't wait to see you on Wednesday. Thanks for joining.